Hey, hey, good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Did I show you this mug up close the other day? It's so me. It says, some days I amaze myself. Yeah, I do. And other days I frantically search for the phone that was in my hand the whole time. Yep, you do that. I know you do that. Don't pretend you don't do that. Yeah, we all do that. It's the glasses on top of your head, your phone is in your hand, like that. Good morning, Opa. Whew, that tastes good today. I slept really well last night. I just didn't sleep long enough. It's kind of a joke to my children that the only proof they have that I'm getting older is that I go to bed so early now. But they don't talk to me at 4:30 in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning because they're still asleep, right? Is that even fair? So yesterday I started a phone conversation with my daughter-in-law to be and my son at about, I don't know, 8:30, 8:45. And I didn't get off the phone until 10:15 at night. I was exhausted by the time I got off the phone. I didn't get enough sleep. I might have to take a nap today. It might be a self-induced automatic fall asleep kind of thing because I don't like to plan a nap because I'm not a really good napper, but we'll see what happens. Hey, today is June 15th, and that means that California reopens today. No more masks. There are a few places where you still have to wear a mask. I don't have all the lists of all the rules in front of me, but like at a hospital, for instance, you still have to wear a mask if you go in. There are a few indoor places where you still have to wear a mask, but for the most part, business as used to be usual. We'll see how that goes. I'm so worried that there are so many people who have not been vaccinated, even though we're doing well. There's still an awful lot of people who have not been vaccinated, a lot of children who have not been vaccinated. I just don't want to. Okay, here's the thing. The governor and the government in this state, at least, has left open the possibility of calling for another quarantine if necessary. They haven't like let go of all of the authority in that area because there's that fear that people are going to get stupid and do super spreader things, and we'll be back where we were. So just like use common sense. Be safe anyway. You know how to be safe. Be safe. Yeah. Be safe. Do it. No tennis today. So 2 reasons. Number 1, I have this pain in my leg, my knee, my sciatica, like all the way down my left side. And I woke up this morning with no pain, but I can tell you that after the 3rd set of tennis, I would not be able to walk. That's what happened the last few times. So I didn't play yesterday and I canceled today. And we'll see if that helps. I've been icing it and, I know I'm doing the right things, but I got this feeling that when you're over 70, maybe playing 7 days a week, not a good idea. Just saying. I don't know. But it's my exercise and I love it. So good morning, Opa. Good morning, Indy. Good morning, Ginny. I know there's more of you out there. I wish you'd say good morning. And I want to feel like Miss Marianne on Romper Room, and look through my magic mirror and say good morning to you out there. Okay, so Opa, I knew you weren't sleeping. She said this is her 5th day of barely getting any sleep because I saw what time you responded to my text. Girl, you need to close your eyes. I actually, on my gratitude list, I do my thing every morning. And on my gratitude list the last few days, I've not only put sleep, but I've put falling back to sleep. It's like become almost a game with me that I wake up during the night. but I just get comfy cozy and close my eyes, and it doesn't take me very long at all to go back to sleep. I get it. Not everybody can do that, and I can't always do that, but lately it's been like I wait to fall back asleep because it feels so good. Yeah. And then in the morning there's my squishes from Indy and my licks and no licks. Okay, no licks. But I get nosed by Bailey. Yeah. Bailey jumps up and puts his little paws up on the bed and sticks his nose up there waiting to get petted and scratched. It's nice to get scratched in the morning. You know what I mean? Somebody to just, yeah. Oh, oh my goodness. Oprah, your body's falling apart. Quick, get some duct tape. Get some duct tape. Put yourself back together again, girlfriend. That's how you're going to get some sleep. You know what else I did yesterday? Ooh, that was so exciting. Ooh, I dropped my glasses. I got so excited. I did it. I did it. I bit the bullet and I got online and I found a phenomenal price on a ticket from Palm Springs to Chicago. Yes. My very, 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 very favorite auntie. Okay, she's my only auntie, but she's my favorite. She's my best. You know, I don't want to say she's my favorite relative because that encompasses every relative I have, including my children, which would be wrong. But of my extended family, I've always been closer to my aunt than anyone else in the world. It's my Auntie Lou. Sometimes I call her Auntie Ugly. She's not ugly. But she used to refer to my babies, to my children when they were little, as her little uglies because they were so dang cute. So they started calling her Auntie Ugly. Yeah. So my Auntie Ugly is going to be 92 years old in July. She's like up there with my mom. But even though her body is having issues, for the most part, it's not that she doesn't forget things and, you know, get a little whacked out what now and then. But for the most part, she is 92 years of like dynamite. I love her so much. She's so right there in your face. You know, she's like my sister, my aunt, my friend, all rolled into one. Fritzy was always a little jealous of that relationship that I had with her. It's my father's little sister, by the way. Anyway, I bought a ticket. Yeah, like, would you believe Palm Springs to Chicago and back for like $300? Not that $300 isn't a lot of money, but for a trip to Chicago, it's nothing. Nothing. And I told them that they drink beer in Chicago. Not a lot of more beer, it seems like, than wine. I told them they had to find me some Rolling Rock if they wanted me to drink beer with them. Otherwise, Pinot Noir, please. And two of my nieces said, in stock, going to be ready for you. Don't worry. I'm going to miss one of my niece's showers just by 2 days. She called yesterday to say, I looked at the dates you're coming and they're throwing a shower for me 2 days before you get here. Can you change your ticket? And I said, no, unfortunately I can't. So this is kind of interesting. She's pregnant. Yeah, she got married during the pandemic because her mom was dying and she wanted her mom to be at her wedding. Totally get it. And it worked. It was great. So they got married during the pandemic, but nobody could throw them a wedding shower. So now they're throwing her a wedding shower. And I said it was a little humiliating and embarrassing that I have to tell people that my niece is going to be pregnant at her wedding shower. Yeah. How fun is that, though? She's going to have a little girl. I know that. Woo. Yes, Ginny, it was an awesome price. $300 round trip to Chicago. So I'm going for a week next month. Steven, I don't know if you're on, but maybe we can meet for a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or something. I don't know. There might be time. I'll be in Buffalo Grove most of the time, but I won't have a car. And I already called my best friend from kindergarten and told her I was coming. And she's setting up a girls' lunch with girls that I was in elementary school with when I lived in Skokie. It's going to be just a great trip. I'm excited. I'm excited. What can I tell you? The Fritzy report. Oh my God, she's so adorable. Yesterday, my brother came into town. So he went over to be with her and hang with her. And then after about a half an hour, I got there too. Um, he's her firstborn. You know, he was always her favorite. So I've always been a little, jealous isn't the right word, but I never felt quite as important as he is. But I don't ever want that to change because he's so delighted to be, even what is he? He's close to 75 and he's still her baby. It's like the book, I'll love you forever. My baby you'll be. That's what he is. What airline? Oh, Southwest. It was Southwest, but it actually is usually almost twice the price to fly out of Palm Springs, even though obviously for me it's like way more convenient. But for some reason, I happened to find a price that was better than flying out of LAX or Long Beach, or you know what that's like, when you go shopping for an airline ticket and you try all the surrounding airports as well. This way I can just right here in Palm Springs, right back in Palm Springs. Can we talk about the heat today? Yeah, it's already like 90 and it's, what is it? Like 6:00 in the morning, 6:15. It's supposed to go up to 120 today. And there's an excessive heat alert for the entire Coachella Valley through Sunday. Yes. I pulled that up earlier because I wanted to show it to you. Right. 8:00, 91 degrees, 10 a.m., 100 degrees, 106 by 11, 109 by 12, 115 by 1. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And the whole week is going to be like that. There's one day when they're saying it's going to be 122 degrees. But I explained to someone the other day, first of all, I know you probably get tired of hearing this. It's a very dry heat. It's not like that humid, drippy, sweaty, disgusting heat. And once it gets up to like 110 degrees, it's so dang hot that you don't really notice. I don't notice the difference between 110 and 120. Sorry, I just don't. Like it gets so hot that yeah. But what I do notice is my skin gets so dry and I get so itchy, scratchy, and the flies get nasty because they want water. So they hang out any place there's any kind of liquid. And we got the fans on the chicks, that's for sure. I won't lie to you about that. Hey, it's bug busting day, by the way, speaking of flies, but that's not what bug busting day is. It's kind of, it's about lice. Yeah, it's about checking for lice and getting rid of lice. Okay, raise your hand if your kids ever brought lice home from school. I was a teacher. The kids would get lice. I worked in an area where there wasn't a lot of cleanliness at home, shall we say, but that's not what gets you lice. Lice just, the little boogers just jump. Apparently, lice has been around for a very long time because what I found out was 3000 BC in ancient Egypt, when they dug up the bodies on the skulls, they found some skulls that had over 400 little lice on them. Yeah. So lice has always been around. Yeah, it's gross. And when lice gets into your house, you have to there's this stuff you have to use to wash your hair and comb the lice out and wash everything has to be put in plastic bags so there's no air, and then you have to wash it. And seriously, I remember when my foster daughter got lice and we had been at my parents' house and spent the night before I realized that she brought it home from school. And it's bad enough when you have to redo your whole house for lice, but then when you have to call someone else you just visited and say, yeah, we kind of brought lice into your house, so you need to check yourselves and wash everything, and anything she touched needs to be, cleaned. And It's awful. It's a pain in the neck. Um, let's see. Oh my gosh. I just got a message. Oh my goodness. That was so sweet. Natasha, I don't know if you're watching, but thank you. I have my phone sitting here and a message just popped up and it said she just wanted me to know that she belongs to What Do I Say, What Do I Do? And it's one of the groups that really touches her heart. And she just wanted to say thank you. It's why I do it. It's why I get up every morning and do what I do. It's why I draw my word art. It's why I share, because I know that out there somewhere I am making a difference and it's all I really want to do. Connection. That's what it's all about. Relationship, love. Yeah. Ooh, sorry, that really got me. It's Go Fly a Kite Day. Do you know why? Because this is the day, the anniversary of, and you know the old story of Ben Franklin flying the kite, the key, the lightning rod, the whole thing. Today's the day. It's Ben Franklin Flies a Kite Day. Here's to you, Ben. Thanks for the discoveries. It's also, oddly enough, National Electricity Day. And, you know, we have the turbines here in the desert. As you're coming through the pass to get into the bottom of the desert, so to speak, the bottom of the valley, we go through a section of just turbines on both sides of the road. It looks like a giant, it's a giant field of windmills. It looks like instead of raising pumpkins, we're raising windmills. The cool thing is, I probably have mentioned this in the past, but I have a friend, an acquaintance. He's not a close friend, but he's a very close friend of a close friend, who actually is the guy who came over from Denmark. And it was the company he was the head of that put all the turbines to begin with into the desert to capture the wind and create all this electricity that we have out here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. It's Kiss a Wookiee Day. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you're probably thinking to yourself, what's a Wookiee? If you're a Star Wars fan, go try and find a Wookiee or somebody in a Wookiee costume or in your head, but it's Kiss a Wookiee Day. It's also Lobster Day, Fritzy's favorite. In fact, before Lenny died, he made us promise that we would make sure that she got her lobster. Yeah. My brother Denny's been wonderful about, well, when he could take her out, of taking her out for lobster. She really liked it. I don't know if she would even eat it anymore. Usually when I get there at lunchtime, they told me that the only thing they can get her to eat, because she's not a big eater anymore, is they give her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with, like, a half a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the crust cut off. And she'll sit and she'll eat that. And it'll take her as long as it takes other people to eat their whole lunch. There's nothing wrong with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know, I mean, I love them. It's World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. I have a friend, again, a friend of a friend. He's a friend. I mean, we've hung out before, so I guess he's a friend, who got put in jail overnight for elder abuse. Yeah, he didn't do anything, but I'm glad to see they were looking to protect his people. He was handling their money, and there was a question about, was he doing it? Their children said he was taking their money. He wasn't, and they got that all straightened out. But in the meantime, yeah, scams. Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy to scam an elderly person. In fact, remember a while ago, there was that scam going around where someone would call and pretend to be a grandson. Somehow they would get the phone numbers of elderly people and they'd say, Grandma, I'm in trouble. I need money. You need to send it to me here. And please don't tell my parents and blah. Remember that scam? I know someone who actually fell for it, who actually went to the bank, took money out and wired it. Yeah. Yeah. You got that call, Ginny? I never got that call, but I've had other scams, but that one is the worst because come on, grandparents will do anything for their grandchildren, and people know that. I actually, it's kind of a joke, but I actually have a magnet for the elder abuse hotline that I used to keep by my phone. But there was a reason. It was my daughter, little brat, used to have a magnet on the refrigerator with the phone number for the child abuse hotline. And every time she didn't like something she was told to do, she would run over to the refrigerator and go, "What was that number again?" And she would say it out loud and then go over and pretend to be calling the child abuse hotline. Little brat. Mm. Oh, Ginny, you knew it wasn't your grandson, so you didn't fall for it. I'm so glad. It's so easy to fall for it. It's Worldwide Day of Giving. Pick a charity today. I don't care what it is. Pick something. Pick a human. Give today. Remember, yesterday's word art was about generosity. It's a double win. They get and you get, because you get to feel so good about it. Give, give, give. Or as we used to say, give until it hurts. 1963, Helen Hunt was born. I really like Helen Hunt. Good actress. Okay, so this was what I call a sighting. It wasn't really a conversation, but we happened to both be having lunch at Junior's Deli right across from each other. That's in LA. It's a great deli. She was with her people and I was with my people, and we were like across from each other. There was, just the aisle in between. And I recognized her, and I did one of those, and she did one of those back, and we became best friends. No, we didn't. We just acknowledged each other. But she was really pretty in person. I mean, sometimes you see an actor, like, who was it? Oh, I forgot his name. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. And he's so famous. Dang it. I'll think of his name. But I happened to be on a plane with him. And when we were down picking up our luggage, I got a really close look at him. He wears a lot of makeup on TV because he has like the worst complexion, and he just looks mean and nasty. He's not I forgot his name. It's okay. You don't need to know. But she was beautiful. She was just natural beautiful. Yeah. And speaking of natural beautiful, in 1907, Typhoid Mary was outed in New York as being the original person who had typhoid and shared it with all of the city of New York and beyond, I guess. Wow, talk about being able to pin it down to where an epidemic started. And they started calling her Typhoid Mary, this person named Mary. 1963 was kind of a fun year. Do you remember the song Sukiyaki? It was by Kayu Sakamoto. Not a likely number one rock and roll hit for the US, but Sukiyaki became number one in 1963. I don't think I can sing it for you. No, I can't. I can play it in my head. But that's all I can remember. Sukiyaki, but it was so good. I would ask who to play it for us, but I think I'd get in trouble. Dun, 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 dun. I'm doing it very quietly. Shh. Okay, also, Sound of Music closed in New York after almost 1,500 performances. Like, awesome! Sound of Music, lovely. Anniversary in 1996 of Ella Fitzgerald's death. Boy, that was a loss. Thank goodness we have her music. And by the way, Paul Smith, my friend Lori's dad, was her accompanist. Yeah. She used to sit on Ella's lap while she sang and her dad played piano. How cool is that? 1965, Bob Dylan records Like a Rolling Stone. And speaking of Like a Rolling Stone magazine's 500 best songs of ever, whatever they call that list, Like a Rolling Stone, number one. And it happened today in 1965. 1967, they released the film The Dirty Dozen. I love that. I love that. I mean, yeah, we watched a lot of army movies when I was a kid, but that probably was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite. Okay, word art. When I learned something that I didn't even know I didn't know, joy erupts. I tried to explain that in What Do I Say, What Do I Do this morning? There's like, in this pie chart of knowing, there's what you know, which is about this much, what you don't know, which is about this much. And what you don't know gets divided into what you don't know and what you don't even know you don't know. Like, for instance, I know I don't know how to do brain surgery. I know that. But I don't know. See, this is so tough because how do you know what you don't know to tell you what you don't know? I don't know anything about what lies beyond our universe. I don't know anything about it. So if I learned something about it, just every time you can move that I don't know to I know and increase the size of that, it's so glorious. And it's so annoying to be around someone who thinks that of that pie chart, the biggest part of it is what they know. Hello, there's so much we don't know. So much we don't know. And so much that we don't even know we don't know. But here's what I do know. I love you. Yeah. And it's time for you to go start your day. I'm not playing tennis, so I was kind of taking my time this morning. Go find your phone. Go have a glorious, glorious indoor air conditioned day if you're in California. Happy birthday to those of you who are celebrating. If you're celebrating anything, and Californians, please be safe, be smart. Yes, we're reopened, but you don't have to go crazy. And I'm flying to Chicago next month. But I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I will. Love you. Take a sip or a gulp and a smile. Bye-bye.